He tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Alright, so I might get a lot of hate for this, and for those of you that are hating on this, this is actually directed towards you. And I also, by the way, I'm not editing this, I'm just recording this. I'm just going to throw this up on YouTube. But anyways, if you guys hate this, if you guys are one of the people that'll just instantly dislike this, or will watch it and still dislike it, this goes out to you. Another thing is I'm not going to really like talking about this, but I feel like it's something that I have to. After this, I'm really going to stop going for the whole political thing, stop putting serious stuff up here. I want to go back to just doing anime and stuff like that, and maybe the most serious stuff will just not be political, but I want to talk about it. So I'm recording this January 7th, and everybody knows about what happened at the Capitol building in DC. Everybody knows about the protest, people storming the building, and, well, all I have to say is I'm not hating on all Trump supporters, okay? If you support Trump, then support Trump, okay? I disagree with a lot of the things that he stood for. I disagree with how he reacted with this whole protest. And I felt like he should have stood up and spoke out sooner, but he didn't. He was basically enjoying the time. He was enjoying the protest. I don't know what sick delusion he had that he thought this was a good idea. But Mike Pence, who I really didn't like before this as our vice president, but after, refusing to do what Donald Trump wanted because, well, one, he legally can't, but two, he wants to stand by the Constitution of the United States, and three, he wants to follow the laws set forth by not only the House of Representatives and the Senators before he was vice president, but the ones that are currently, and also follow the laws for his fellow citizens. I didn't like him. I didn't agree with a lot of his stuff, but I will tell you this. After what he did today, I respect him. And I can't say the same for Trump. I still don't like him. I still don't trust him. I still don't respect him. Even though he may hold the title of the President of the United States for another 13 days. Well, technically less than that, because at noon he'll no longer be president. I still do not agree. I think he's childish, immature, and he abused his power. But going back to the protest, if you are one of the people who protested, and I'm not talking about peacefully protested, because there were people there that ended up leaving when it started turning into a riot, but the people that were originally there peacefully protesting, this is not for you. Okay? This is for the people that ended up getting involved in the riot. Okay? If you were one of those people, okay, I just want to say, how dare you? Not only doing what you did is a criminal act, it is a type of terrorism. It is treason to the United States. But it also spits on the U.S. Constitution. It spits in all the faces of all the House Representative members, all the senators, all the presidents, vice presidents, even people all the way down to state and city level that work for the people, that serve the people, that make the laws, that help enforce the laws. It even spits in the face of every police officer that defends the Constitution. It even spits in the face of the armed forces of the United States. I am not a member of the military, but I will tell you this. If you ask a soldier who, even whether they went to war or not, but signed up for the military and agreed, took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States, if they would stand by and say that, would stand by somebody who went and stormed the Capitol building, putting lives in danger, and trying to forcefully overturn the election because they didn't agree with who was elected by the people as President of the United States. They would say that they do not agree. They would not stand by them. Not only that, but they actually even took down the flag of the United States of America. They took down the American flag and replaced it with a Trump 2020 flag. There were reports of shots being fired. There were reports of pipe bombs being there. And if you were a part of that, how dare you? Like I said, how dare you? You should be charged with acts of terrorism. You should be facing charges of treason against the United States. And I'm not saying that lightly, because I stand by what it takes to be convicted of treason, and that's a confession in open court, or the testimony of 2 eyewitnesses in open court. There were enough people there that could easily testify, that 2 people could easily testify to a lot of people. Now, they're not the only people that I want to talk about. There's another group of people I want to talk about. They are the Trump supporters that weren't there. If you disagree completely with what happened and you weren't there, this doesn't concern you, okay? Because I know that there are Trump supporters out there that disagree with what happened. But for those of you that support the actions of these vile creatures, I'm not even going to call them animals, because that would put an insult to every animal out there. I wouldn't even call them a demon, as that would because not even because I can't even think of a demon out there that would actually go through and do an act this vile. But for those vile creatures that you support, if you support any of those vile creatures whatsoever, how dare you? It's just, you're supporting people who turned against their own country, who committed violent acts against their country, against their fellow man, and actually committed acts of terrorism and acts of treason. If you are going to be one of those people who say, yes, I support these terrorists, shame on you, and you are no better than they are. Now, even though you didn't do anything, I'm going to stand by and say that you shouldn't be convicted, because you did nothing, you weren't involved, but you should still be publicly shamed for supporting people who commit acts of treason and have no other word to say to describe them other than terrorist. They are traitors and terrorists. Now, Trump supporters, long time ago, well, actually, it's not that long time ago, it just feels like a long time ago, stood up and basically said that all the athletes that knelt during the national anthem were disrespecting the flag and disrespecting the soldiers who put their lives on the line to protect the Constitution of the United States. I'm going to talk about that briefly because I want to tell you this. The soldiers that did go and put their lives on the line to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, I guarantee you, would support all of those athletes that knelt during the national anthem because they were peacefully protesting, as it is their constitutional right. They were peacefully protesting police brutality. You can be against what they were protesting, but the way that they protested was A, not illegal, and B, not disrespectful. Now, the reason I brought that up is because those same people who were traitors to their country, who committed terroristic acts, are also the same people who actually said that the athletes that knelt during the national anthem disrespected the soldiers who put their lives on the line to protect and defend every American's right given to them by the Constitution of the United States. Now, you noticed throughout this entire thing, I didn't raise my voice, I didn't scream, didn't shout, nothing like that. I kept it at a simple tone. I kept it at a lowered tone. The reason for that being is because I feel like if I screamed and shouted and started yelling and getting mad, that most of you would basically leave the video and not hear what I have to say. I felt talking like this would basically get my point across, as this is very serious. I'm not taking this as a joke. This is something that is serious to me. Okay? One thing that I always said is whether you agree with a presidential candidate's political party or their beliefs or what changes they're going to do or not, if they are elected, you should give them a chance. Back in 2016, when it was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I did not agree with Donald Trump. I still don't. I wanted Hillary Clinton to win the election. And when I found out that Donald Trump was elected as the 45th president of the United States, I said I'll give him a chance. And that's what I did. And I find it upsetting that there are people out there who voted for Trump and even though Joe Biden won the election, would not take the same advice and would not give Joe Biden a chance. There are people out there that are currently going on Facebook and saying, impeach Joe Biden. And I'm just wondering how. How can you do this? You got to give the man a chance. We gave Donald Trump a chance, and he's done nothing but commit horrible acts, committed horrible atrocities, and turned his back on every United States citizen except for the ones that he personally liked. I gave him a chance, and he failed. Not only that, millions of Americans gave him a chance, and he failed. Then he goes and supports these terrorists. If Mike Pence does not enact Article 25, then the House of Representatives should push for an impeachment. It would be, I believe, actually the first time in American history that a president was impeached twice. But the President Donald J. Trump, should face another impeachment, should be removed from office, and should face federal charges. I'm going to end this video off here. I am going to upload another unedited video, but this one's going to be more lighthearted, and it's going to involve anime or just something positive. I will work on that tomorrow, and it'll be non-edited, so don't have to worry about that. But till then, I will see you guys later.